Hello everyone, this is Jason Fain from Instructional Design and Development at UTSA, and today I'm going to show you how to deliver a PowerPoint presentation in Blackboard. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to have to narrate our PowerPoint. So I wanted to kind of show you that, and I wanted to show you how you would go ahead and publish this to Blackboard. Now there's going to be a lot of steps involved, and this tutorial will actually probably end up taking more than 5 minutes, but I'll try to make it quick regardless. So to begin, we have our PowerPoint presentation, and we're going to have to narrate this. So to narrate your normal PowerPoint presentation, you're just going to go to slideshow and you'll see record narration. Now, one of the first things I do is I set my microphone level, and the reason why this is good is it makes sure that my microphone is working. There is no worse feeling than recording a PowerPoint for about an hour and then finding out that you had your microphone on mute or it wasn't picking up your voice. Another good thing is you just saw this little bar move on its own. This is setting the level of your voice to an okay recommended level. If it's set too high, then your students won't be able to hear you, and if it's set too low, you'll be too loud. So it kind of sets and adjusts your microphone automatically. So you usually just talk into it a little bit. You can read this script right here, and it should be enough for it to get set properly. I've been talking for a while, so it's set just fine. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Another thing that you can do is the quality, 10 kilobytes per second, is usually pretty low. I know this is kind of getting a little techy. Usually what I do is I change quality, and you use that from the attributes down here. And usually you want to select probably even the very bottom one. And this will just beef up the quality of your voice as it's getting recorded into the PowerPoint. So once those two things are done, we're ready to begin recording. So when I click OK, it'll bring me into my slideshow, and this is where I just begin talking and lecturing as I normally would. Right now it's capturing my voice as I speak, so I would just kind of click through my PowerPoint presentation. This is from the IOL conference, and then this is a PowerPoint I put together on things I've learned. This in specifics about storytelling, and then some of the ways that you can create your own story and kind of share your story with your students. It was very interesting, and I will have this up sometime in the future, hopefully. Um, my next slide is a video, so I don't want to talk at all. I'm just going to click and then click again, and it kind of goes on to the next one. So you'll see it'll be blank and left open for a video, and I'll show you how to do that as well. And then I go into CSS tricks and some other things. So when I'm done, I'll just click escape, and I'll go ahead and save my narrations that I've already done. I haven't gone through the entire PowerPoint presentation. There's a lot more to do, but I just wanted to give you a demonstration. So I'm kind of in the wrong view. Let's see if I can fix that. If I click this, I go back to my normal view. And now I'm going to show you how to add a YouTube video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my blank slide here, and I've got my video here. This is going to be an example of storytelling. You guys have probably seen me use this history of the internet example several times, but all you're going to have to do is copy the URL right here. So I'm going to right click and copy, and then let's work on putting this into our presentation. So in all of the laptops that we've provided for the Hybrid Academy, there's going to be an add-on called iSpring Free. And with that, we can add our YouTube video right where it says YouTube, and we just paste in our URL. And it even gives you this little example URL, but this is the URL we're using. And then we can click OK once we're done. We can also move this where we want it, so let me center it here, and we're done. So once all of this is finished, we've narrated our entire PowerPoint, we've added our video, we can do something called publish. So I'm going to click publish, and this gives me kind of the settings that I can go through. I want to publish it to my desktop. I want all the slides published. I want it to generate the HTML. I want it to start the presentation automatically. I want it to change all the slides automatically. And a white background is fine. So once all that is finished, we can just click publish, and it will go through our slide and kind of process it. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording so you guys don't have to watch this process. You can see it takes a while. Okay, so we're finished here. And once it's finished, it'll go ahead and give you all your files here. So now that I have all of my files, I need to I need to put them in a folder inside Blackboard. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step, which is adding all of these files here to my Blackboard course. And what I'm going to have to do is close this slide out. This has been saved on my desktop. And I'm going to go ahead and minimize my PowerPoint, which brings me into Blackboard. So I'm going to go ahead and expand my course menu here. Now the first thing we have to do is there was 3 files here, and we're going to have to put all 3 of them for this to properly work inside Blackboard. So there's going to be the ways, I'll show you the way to do how to add all 3 of these files. And they all have to be in the same folder. So let me go ahead and close out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my file manager to add all of these files. Then we're going to go back into our learning module and we're going to link into the file that we need to. So you can see this is the file manager. As soon as you click on it, it's going to minimize your window here. And you can see there's several folders here. Inside your template, you'll have these same folders. I'm going to go into my module folder and my module 1 because this is going to be my narration for this module. And what I can actually do here is create a folder. And this is a presentation on the IOL conference, so I'll just call it IOL presentation, and then click OK. So now I have my little folder IOL presentation. I'm going to click in there. I'm going to go ahead and get the files. So that was saved on my desktop. So I'm going to click computer and then I'm going to click desktop, and then it put it inside of a folder called slide 1. And if I click on that, you can see all 3 files. If you hold shift on your keyboard, you should be able to select all 3 and then click open, and then it'll go ahead and bring all 3 of them in there. So the one that we're going to want to link to in our learning module is our index.html. And if I click on it, you can see it's starting to play right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now go into, we're finished with the file manager. It's all our files are here and it's working. What I need to do is I need to go into learning modules. I need to go into my learning module 1. And we talked about adding a file before. We're going to go ahead and add a file, but and we're going to browse for files as well. But instead of going to my computer, it's going to be inside class files. And you can see that same module folder. We're going to click into that. We're going to go into our first learning module. And then there's my folder I created for this presentation. The reason why you want to make a folder for each presentation is just in case you have 2 PowerPoint presentations that you're going to be giving inside one learning module. So this is going to be the first presentation, for instance. And the one that you want to link to is your index.html. This is really important, index.html. And because it's so important, I'm going to say it again one more time. Index.html. This is the file you need to link to. So you're going to check it and click OK. And now that'll move it inside of your learning module. And as we discussed before, you can move this wherever you want to move it by checking it and then putting it where you want it to go. So I want it to go before the YouTube video, before I start linking into those external that video. And so now I'm finished, and that's it. This concludes our tutorial of how to add a narrated PowerPoint. Real quickly, let me kind of show you what it looks like from the student's perspective. So when they go into your learning modules and they go into the learning module 1, they can see slide 1 and it will begin playing in their little window here. Okay, I'll talk to everybody later. Bye.